Friend! Oh, new friend! Oh, friend! Please be my friend! Oh, friend!
Hello and welcome once again to Cheap Shot Entertainment. I am your host Luke and you are the Cheap Shot Nation. And this is the video that's going to take you through everything that happened on NXT UK number 23 and number 24 leading into this weekend on the 12th of January. NXT UK Takeover Blackpool, first ever NXT UK Takeover pay-per-view on the network, so we get it nice at a nice time of 7 o'clock in the evening right here in the UK. Rather than having to stay up until 1 o'clock in the morning, it's the Americans that have to watch it at a ridiculous time. Anyway, like I say, this is everything that's going to take place during those shows, the go-home shows, so to speak, for NXT TakeOver Blackpool. And if you like the video, make sure you click the like button, subscribe and do all that stuff. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook. And let's get on with the show. And so, we're going to go straight into... They were aired on the 9th of January, which was this past Wednesday. Number 23 and number 24 put on the network. The first match of the evening is a tag team match in a growing tag team division, seeing Jamie Ahmed and Dan Maloney. Dan Maloney has been in since episode 1. Jamie Ahmed is a newcomer in NXT UK, and they are going against the well-established team now of Kenny Williams and Amir Jordan. Still trying to find that first win on NXT UK, and I'm happy to say, because I really like Amir Jordan, I'm getting used to Kenny Williams as well. I really like his gimmick of the sort of Marty McFly thing. Yeah, I'm getting behind these two. These, you know, could be the underdog story of NXT UK. Anyway, Amir Jordan and Williams showing their tag team experience here against the relative newcomers in the tag team division in Ahmed and Maloney. Maloney shows all of his strength and power and experience, but unfortunately they come up just short against the much more experienced duo of Kenny Williams and Amir Jordan. The match finishes with a blind tag to Amir Jordan. Williams clearing the ring in order for Amir Jordan to hit the Swanton Bombay. Swanton Bomb, obviously Amir Jordan, the Bombay bad boy. So Swanton Bombay, and they get the win. First win for Amir Jordan and Kenny Williams as a tag team, looking rather surprised at themselves. Well done, boys. Very much deserved. Your persistence has indeed paid off. We next see a segment from Gallus telling the audience, telling the NXT UK universe that they are going to claim their kingdom. I think Gallus talked too much. Just get in the ring, boys, and start beating people up. We have then a clip of the press conference between Toni Storm and Rhea Ripley for the women's title. Both women going at each other. There was no fisticuffs in this press conference at all. Toni Storm doing a lot of the talking, Rhea Ripley casually sitting back on her chair looking rather confident until a question comes at her where she gets a bit annoyed and walks off. So that is that segment. We then go straight into the next match, which features Isla Dawn and Xia Brookside. Which is a women's division match, obviously. Lots of respect between these two. We get to see Xia Brookside put together some moves. She's getting there, she's not quite there. Isla Dawn does pick up the victory. It looks like Xia Brookside is going to try and roll through and get the pin. Isla Dawn puts all her body weight back on Xia Brookside's shoulders and gets the win by countering the roll through. Again, lots of respect shown between these two ladies. It's good to see that in the women's division here in NXT UK. The next match of the night features Jordan Devlin, who of course is having a mini feud with Travis Banks at the moment. He's going against Damian Weir. Yay! Damian Weir, also known as Chief Deputy Don in the indie scene. I don't know if you could call NXT indie. It's got a huge budget for a start, but Damian Weir, we've seen him before. He got squashed by Dave Mastiff. They've obviously managed to scrape him up off the canvas and pump him back up so he can get in the ring again. He does show exactly what he's about actually in this match. It doesn't show a lot because obviously it's just a stepping stone for Jordan Devlin, unfortunately, but Chief Deputy Don, Damian Weir, is a really good wrestler and well respected in the UK indie scene. Devlin does end up getting the win and increasing his momentum going. Jordan Devlin does end up getting the win and increasing his momentum going into NXT TakeOver Blackpool against Travis Banks, which the match would be announced later on in the night. Gets a springboard RKO type maneuver on Damian Weir, and from this point Devlin's absolutely ruthless with Weir doesn't get any offense in at all. There's a snap belly to back suplex followed by the Island's Call. Devlin picks up the win. Nice easy win. Feel for Damian Weir being enhancement talent for Jordan Devlin, but yeah, if you ever get a chance to come to a Hope show, you can see what Damian Weir's actually about. He is the current Kings of Flight champion in Hope Wrestling, and he is really, really good. No fun. So yeah, Jordan Devlin picks up the win, gets the momentum going into NXT TakeOver Blackpool. And your final match of the evening is a semi-final match for the Tag Team Championships. It features Flash Morgan Webster and Mark Andrews, and they're going against the grizzled young veterans in Zach Gibson and James Drake. Gibson and Drake get the jump early on Webster and Andrews. Webster and Andrews do come back, start jumping around a little bit, start using their speed. The match finishes when Zach Gibson hits the Helter Skelter on Andrews on the ramp, taking him out completely. It's now 2-on-1 with Flash Morgan Webster and the grizzled young veterans. Flash Morgan Webster does everything he can to come back in the match and save the match for his team. Unfortunately, it comes up just short with an assisted ticket to ride from Gibson and Drake for the win. And they go into the finals to go against Mustache Mountain at NXT TakeOver Blackpool. So your finals match at NXT TakeOver Blackpool again is Mustache Mountain versus the grizzled young veterans, and we will crown the first ever NXT UK Tag Team Champions. So we now go on to NXT episode 24. It features Ligero and Joseph Connors in the first match. Ligero has been indifferent in NXT UK. He's picked up more wins than losses, but he's often been put against bigger opponents, and it's no different here. With longer, more grounded as a wrestler. Obviously, Ligero is the Leeds luchador. He likes to fly around, likes to use his quickness. Ligero does get on top early in the early exchange, using that quickness to his advantage. The momentum does turn when Joseph Connors pushes Ligero into the steel post on the outside as they're battling on the apron. And this ground and pound style then comes out from Joseph Connors. Ligero does get some momentum back and again attempts the sliced bread. This misses, but Ligero stays in control, hitting the springboard DDT for the win. And your winner in this match is Ligero over Joseph Connors. His shiny new toy lives on. So now it's Travis Banks' turn to gain some momentum going into NXT TakeOver Blackpool on the 12th of January 2019. That is this Saturday, or today, hopefully, as the video is being released. It is Travis Banks against T-Bone, Tyson T-Bone, a staple in Hope Wrestling and close personal friend to Harvey Dale. It even featured in an episode of Come Dine With Me when Harvey Dale was on that. Check it out, it is on on demand. Obviously T-Bone is the much larger of the two, Travis Banks is the much quicker of the two, but the T-Bone does get the jump on Travis Banks, uses his hard-hitting, heavy style, headbutts, clubbing blows to the back. Travis Banks then comes back, and as he begins to gain momentum, Jordan Devlin pops out onto the ramp just to say hello, of course, and tries to cause a distraction. It doesn't. It fires Travis Banks up, gets a quick victory with some quick fire strikes and dispatches of T-Bone really quickly and quite easily, going into NXT TakeOver Blackpool. And he does all this whilst looking Devlin straight in the eye. So who knows what's going to happen with this. I'm going to hopefully do a prediction video as well going into NXT TakeOver Blackpool, so stay tuned for that. And your into Blackpool is Travis Banks over Tyson T-Bone. And your third and final match on the 24th episode of NXT UK features Gallus, that's Wolfgang, Mark Coffey and Joe Coffey, versus British Strong Style, that's Mustache Mountain, Trent Seven, Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne, in a 6-man tag match. And there's a reason there's only 3 matches on this card for the TV tapings, because this match might actually be a very, very early contender for the match of 2019 on NXT UK, and indeed in the whole of the WWE family, a whole of WWE network of programs, because this match was absolutely nuts. The referee did manage to keep control over the guys. There's quick tags from both teams, isolation of Tyler Bate at one point. It's difficult to isolate any member of Gallus, but I would say Mark Coffey is probably the weaker of the 3 guys from Scotland. They claim their kingdom by pinning Tyler Bate in the end. There's too much to go on in this match. What I would suggest you do is get on the network, get yourself a free month and go and watch this match, because it is absolutely brilliant. That being said, I haven't seen any live wrestling this year, so this may change, because all of those guys that put on the shows, the wrestling shows that I go to, are also fantastic and put on great matches. But the match finishes with a powerbomb to Tyler Bate, who's become isolated as all of the guys are battling outside of the ring. This match goes for like 25 minutes. If I was to go through everything that happened, it would be just insane. But Joe Coffey picks up the win, looks Pete Dunne straight in the eye, says, "I'm coming for you, this is my kingdom." And at this point you can't really argue with him. Pete Dunne obviously is going to try his very best to stop that from happening, but what we have at the moment is a very credible, perhaps the most credible behind Jordan Devlin, person to take that championship away from Pete Dunne and his historic reign as WWE UK champion. again, I'm going to do some prediction videos, so I'm not going to say that here. Yeah, that's the end of NXT UK episode 24, going into Blackpool on the 12th. And so that is everything that happened on NXT UK leading into NXT UK TakeOver Blackpool on the 12th of January 2019. Once again, I've been your host Luke. This is Tilly, who's come to join us for some predictions. So I've changed my t-shirt and I've realised I haven't finished the last video. So this will be on the end of the everything that happened video. So if you like the video, give us a thumbs up, click the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and leave us a comment down below and let us know what you think of the videos. I'm going to do some old school reviews as well, looking at Royal Rumble 1992. If that goes well and we get some feedback from that and people enjoy it, I may put out a poll and see which reviews you want me to do in future. Themed around probably around the 4 big pay-per-views, which is Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam and Survivor Series. But on that note, I'm going to leave you there because I've got some predictions to do. Thanks again for watching. I've been your host Luke, you have been the Cheap Shot Nation, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.